Okay guys, so today we'll be changing the headlight bulbs on my 2016 FZ6R. Now stock, the headlights aren't that bad, but I noticed riding at night, they're not as bright as what I want them to be. So today we're just gonna go ahead and change them to LED lights. So with this bike itself, it's gonna take a H4 bulb, and if you're like me, you like to save money, just go ahead and get, like, whether it's from Temu, eBay, anything like that. No matter what, really, if you get a light bulb that has dual-sided chips, that's going to be your best bet on LED headlights. Never get ones that are like 3-sided or 4-sided. Those do not have a good beam pattern on them, and they will not work the same as like these would. These are like the same as if you were to have like a halogen bulb. The spread is pretty much the exact same. So just a little tip there, if you're ever getting LED headlights, always get double-sided ones. The beam pattern is always going to be identical to the stock halogen bulbs. So to start off with this, all you want to do is just pop these little pins out. There's like 4 or 5 of them on here. You're just basically getting all this gauge cluster trim out of there. And the only thing I'm using right now is just a small Phillips head. You just push in on the metal, it pops right out. So with that being said, all you really want to do now is just try to get a fingernail underneath those and just pull them out of the actual hole itself. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention is you're going to want to take out these bolts right here. They're just a size 4 hex key. Okay, so with both these panels off now, my personal preference is just to take those off, but you can easily just pop this cover off too if you'd like. But being that it's right there, the plug-in is just right underneath this piece of plastic. Okay, so one thing to note on these headlights on coolers and motorcycles, there's a little rubber gasket with a little pull tab. You see a little pull tab right there onto the left. You just want to pull this rubber gasket off and you'll be able to take the headlight out. Okay, so since I couldn't really get to the headlight, I'm just going to take off this panel right here. All it is just a size 4 Allen bolt right there and right there. Simple as that. So that definitely makes it a lot easier getting to the headlight itself. So I'm gonna update you guys and tell you what to do after that. All right, so basically this little plug, it plugs onto the back of the headlight. You just pull it right off and take it off the headlight bulb. So it should just pull off just like that. It can be a little bit stubborn sometimes, so just try wiggling it and it should come off easily. So now that you have the headlight bulb and the rubber gasket on there, just go ahead and pull that rubber gasket off and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so rubber gasket is off, and now all you have left is just the bulb and the actual socket itself. There's a metal tab in there. All you really need to do is just push on it. Let's see if I can get a closer look here. I believe it's just a metal spring tab, so it's right here. That's the tab you want to try pushing off. Alright, so with that metal tab taken off, all you really need to do is just put the new bulb in and reseat this tab. This tab right here, it's this one right here, you just need to pull off in this same order. Just whenever the bulb is inside of it, just pull this tab towards you, going this way, and it should just pop right off. Okay, so if your LED bulb looks anything like mine, to get that rubber boot on, you just want to take this piece off and like twist and pull off, or just straight pull off like mine. Then you're going to want to put this in the gasket itself, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so it took me a little bit to figure this out, but basically you take this piece off, put this rubber boot over top, and kind of just put this metal piece right here into the gasket. And then when you put it into the bike, you're going to put this gasket like this and get that spring clip around this skinny part of the light. You'll be good to go. So your final product before putting the actual headlight into the housing should look something like this. Basically, you want to line these grooves up with this little plate right here, and then once you get it down far enough, you can twist it, and it's going to lock it there so the actual bulb itself won't fall out of it. Okay, so after fighting with it for about 10 minutes, I finally was able to get it in. Basically, the LED bulb, it looks just like this. You want this piece to be at the bottom for that spring. I don't know if you can see it right there, that little flat piece right where that little cutout is. So basically there's those spring retainers. They need to go right behind this and onto the gasket because there's no other place to put it. All right, so with the new headlight plugged in, there's no issues there. Let's go ahead and test it out. Alright guys, so with that being said, that headlight's working. High and low beam work great. I'm just going to go and put all these plastics back on, show you what it's like when it's done. Okay, so when installing these two side panels, you want to make sure this piece goes in first, so where it lines up with that hole. And that's going to look a little bit something like this. Just make sure all these little clips are popped in right, in the way, just like that. Alright, so with all the plastic pieces in, last but not least is just pushing these pins back out, putting them right where they were before. Make sure to get both pieces of plastic as flush as you can. Should pop just like that. And then once you get that, just push it in. Should pop. You're good to go. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is a headlight install on the 2016 FZ6R. Thank you guys for watching.